wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? This country would grind to a halt and no a thing would grow if it wasn't for the workers in their wellies. Wellies, they're wonderful, oh wellies, they're swell. If it wasn't for your
Welcome back to our family farm in Wicklow in Ireland. We're passionate about dairy and Irish farming. We want to be in the driving seat, telling our own stories, be in control of our own narrative when there's so many others not involved in day-to-day farming trying to do it for us. It's time to get some slurry out. Farmer Joe discusses the milk, and we both get a bit of tidying work done around the yard.
Show me a sign you're feeding your cows too well. It's September now and they have to be hunted in to be milked and hunted out to grass. This old doll, I treated her for mastitis last week and she's still on her last 2 days of withdrawal in Great Old Farm. So I left her wire open last night for the cows to walk down. They were coming down the yard this morning when I came down the road in the van. Happy days. Last row came in, cow missing. So of course panic station's thinking that my cow was dead somewhere. But no, here she is, walking down at her leisure. Sure, she's been eating a few crab apples. No panic in the wide earthly world. Come on, old cow. This is a favourite part of the cow lane for crab apples because there's about 6 or 7 crab apple trees in a row. And there's any puff of wind at all, they fall. So the cows stand in there in the shade and they eat away to their heart's content. Just went bothered walking in, mammy, were you? No? Where's everyone else? Couldn't care less. Our cows have gone on strike this morning. I think they're tired of walking up to Smokies. They don't realise that they're not going back up there now. Girls, you're literally just going out beside the parlour. It is the second shortest walk we have. Come on, go girls. Come on, out we go. Fresh paddock of grass. Let's go, 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 go. Let's go, 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 go. Come on. Come on, girlies. Come on, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Sun splitting the stones here in West Wicklow. Nice warm day, although I think there's more rain coming later on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, go girls, come on. Come on, come on. So it's Tuesday morning, cows eventually walking out. It's like 10 o'clock or something. Ellen has gone back to college today, she's over in Tinahely. So I'm going home for breakfast now. I've day 2 DOMs after my match on Sunday, so my body is like, oh my god, Joe, don't do one for the day. But my brain, thankfully, is thinking better of that. So we have to get meal to all our calves, we have to give a fresh bake of grass to Willie and the heifers. These yards need to be scraped, and the collecting yard needs to be scraped. Yeah, cows realise now that they can see the other ones. Where is that on the camera? Can you see that? No, all you can see is my big head. Hang on there. So I zoom in up there, just past the shed. The cows are just literally walking out around the ditch. So all the ones here in the yard can see them out and they're like, oh, what the hell? Anyway, as I was saying, lots of jobs to do. So lots of phone calls to make. I'm trying to make contact with Clive to see where the crack is with our concrete in the shed. Yeah, look, we're going to make use of the sunny morning and see how we go. Cows going out, drive it on.
First day back at college, have all the important things: milk, tea, coffee top up, an apple, school bag, ready to go. See Joe back at 5 o'clock this evening.
These geniuses thought it'd be a good idea to get into the ring feeder during the night. Pushed out the gate a bit or something there. Of course, trying to vein to reach their meal. Girls, you can't stay there. You're walking all the silage into the muck now. What are your herd mates going to eat? Fools. Been the resourceful calves that they are. They had moved the feeder out, I suppose, more than anything else, and were climbing up the bit of hay and silage and into the feeder. So patched up with a pallet. Come on, 2740. Come on, girl. I know. Come on, darling. Come on. Poo in your face. Fresh break for the calves, the replacement heifer calves. Driving them on, all happy now.
I'm in the milking parlour this morning. I'm going to wash out these 10 tea feeders. They were washed at the end of calving and put away into the machine room over there. But with the building work, the amount of dust that has gone in there It's just insane, they've gotten so dirty. And then if you undragged them out a few weeks ago, make way for his welding. So then they got outside and got even dirtier, so I'm going to give them a wash down now with the parlour hose, then put them in the trailer quad and bring them over to the isolation box where we've got the other feeders stored, and hopefully they'll stay cleaner there when we need them for next season. I'm just giving the yard area where I'm working a quick poop scraping so it's not all splashing back up at me. Yes, we bought a quad scraper, it's halfway installed. Joe doesn't get a job finished the first time. It could take him weeks, months to get back to it.
Fresh break for Willie and the heifers on a very wet Wednesday morning, wet Wednesday. It's been raining on and off, heavy and light since the early hours of this morning. Plenty of moisture now.
This is my first time using our new JFC trailer. I'm absolutely delighted. It's a made to order product. Delighted I found it. How easy is that to bring like 10 feeders across the yard as opposed to a wheelbarrow on them or walking them over like I've been doing for years. Yeah, it is class. It's enormous. It's absolutely bucketing rain now, so this is the isolation box that we call it for putting in sick cows if you need to calve them. Earlier on in the summer you saw me and Fionn cleaning up the yard a bit and getting all this stuff and lifting it in here. I'm not sure why. Oh, we kept the pallets because that's where we keep the lambs when we get them. Joe just lifted in the tractor power washer and the dehorning crate here yesterday. So yeah, I'm just gonna lift the rest of these feeders in and pile them off here. We need to seriously give them a wash and sell. Most of them we only need like 4 or something. We'll just wait for that shower to be over. Holy moly, the ovens have opened.
And a bale of silage down for the beef heifer calves. Another heavy shower after coming through. As I said, lots of moisture.
Oh my god, it is absolutely bucketing. I ran down the yard to get the sprayer. It wasn't raining and then it just started raining. I listened to Tobin Farms and I Farm We Farms video last week. Got to do with earpods that fall out all the time. These are noise cancelling, what you need if you're doing anything even remotely loud, milking or whatever. This is a barrel of teat spray that we spray the cows with afterwards. Joe got this handy pump thing in the local ag store to be able to pump stuff out, but of course it doesn't work. Or doesn't fit the tank, but this one does work. So I'm filling it up into the sprayer. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm pumping and it's coming out the other end. It's coming out the other end. I'll put the phone down, I'll talk to you in a minute. So I am in the milking pit. Do you see all of them patches of red? That's where the teat dip has leaked out. Some of the handles were leaking. We wash this down every day, and then we also sprayed it a few times, like we did the walls with the algae spray, and it really worked. It needs to be done regular because they're gone back black, but the ground has gone back black, but it stayed free of algae and moss buildup and stuff for about, I don't know, 6 times longer than usual. It didn't work on the mat, so I'm going to give it a lash with the teat tip spray and see if that cleans them up a bit, because it's like it's just milk scum or something. Like you can kind of feel it, and when we were power washing them, it just started, went too close, it started disintegrating them, so obviously we don't want to do that. It costs a lot of money and a lot of time now to put them down. Now I'm going to spray the moss with the green moss remover product that we got in the ag store. We've used it twice on the walls and the ground in the parlour and it works savage, but you need to be doing it regularly. It's only been done twice this year, so not regular. Into the nap sprayer sack, spray it on. Ideally this would have been done straight after milking this morning.
So I'm working here in the New Holland. Ellen is up banging away in the parlour. Teamwork making the dream work, getting jobs done separately today. I'm here clearing off in front. That's the old dairy. That side wall was cut down and taken out when the bull tank was moved from the old parlour here up to the new parlour. So that would have been 2019. Anyway, I'm here clearing up all these 9-inch cavity wall or blocks that were cut down and knocked down. They're all extremely overgrown. There's a pump house in there with a well in it, so we're just trying to improve access into that. As you can see, it's extremely overgrown. That's my job for today. I almost have the 9-inch cavity wall blocks and stuff there going up. They can be crushed and we're going to use them up either around the new shed or just in different parts of the farm or the yard where we have dips and hollows and stuff. So a few whacks of the bucket of Paddy's track machine and we drive over them and they'll crush down into something that's usable. So yeah, pushing on. This bucket that I currently have is predominantly clay and topsoil with rock in the middle of it. So instead of creating another job for myself, dumping it up where the other cleaner crushed concrete is, I'm just going to chuck it in the skip. So our skip arrived from AES Port Lamona today. Big push on now in the next week or 10 days and we'll be tidying up the yard good old.
Joe was cleaning out around the well house, the old milking parlour.
Thursday morning, cows coming in. Our new shed in the background. She looks savage. Cows as they're walking in, you see where the quad is there, they're eating away at the bales of straw. A significant number of them are stopping and eating there. So that's just showing me that they have a bit of a requirement for dry matter or a little bit of extra fibre or something. So giving them the bale of hay, give that little bit of fibre and we'll see if it helps them meet that bit of a craving that they have. This is what I meant by the cows are pulling out of the bales of straws to come in. Fine hole in that one. And hopefully the bit of hay there in the distance and the collecting areas to come out of the parlour will do the trick. It's Friday morning, just after 10 o'clock. You see Balaam is in there now, driven the barn out Slurry. He's emptying the tank in the collecting yard. I'm putting the agitator on here now to stir up the tank behind the old milking parlour. Try and get some of that out on what were the silage fields for this year up in Paddy's.
Paddy is Joe's uncle. He owns the farm next to ours and we lease it off him.
15th of September is closing date for having your tanks or your slurry emptied, or what slurry you plan to get out for the year out. Yeah, so that's 10 days or so away now, and 10 days, today's the 5th, yeah, so exactly 10 days away from now. So driving home, getting out.
There's Honey and 2 cool cows, and in the paddock beside them is Drake the Allbark bull and Honey's calf, bull calf. Honey Blue is his name. I presume Joe has the gate opened between these 2 paddocks and that's why they're separate at the moment. The scraper on the quad is still 50% installed. The Dietary is still in the dealership still. It must be nearly 3 weeks now getting fixed. So hand scraper it is. The yard is doing me head in. The 2 days after I used the algae remover spray, that's the bit I didn't spray. And then that's the bit I did spray. So ideally, obviously, you would power wash this first and then spray it every week, 2 weeks to get it better. But we only did it twice. So then it built up to this green algae-ness. Just to show you like the difference it makes when you spray it on your house, take it before and then take a 2 week picture. It's unreal. It just slowly works every day. Then after 2 weeks, your walls are white. We had to get the red algae spray for our house. And I went out and did it, took a picture 2 weeks later. And when you see the difference, it's unreal. I'll post the picture here now. But the walls are looking a lot cleaner. The ground, not so much. But yeah, it has to be done more regular. And then when Joe was washing off the floor, like it's obvious where he's washing real close to the power of the hose. But I think water, when it's just sitting there on the ground, that stains it more. And the mats with the teeth dip, it's actually working a lot. They're just faded from colour now, but it's gotten a lot of that scummy stuff off. So I think because they've gotten so bad, we need to do it a few more times.
And we have access back to our pump house. Had to hack that red dogwood out of it Phenomenal amount of stuff on it. Anyway, access is open sesame, you know what to say. Woo!
The milk jars were covered in bird poop. I was doing my head in the videos when I see them, so I'll wash them off there. They look a lot nicer.
Friday evening, cows coming in. We're up here at the back of the houses. Starting tomorrow morning now, I'm going to bring the strip wire back in and put the cows on 12-hour breaks. With the moisture that we've had, dry matter in the grass has dropped fairly significantly. For example, this paddock where they are now has enough for 2 grazings in it. What they've done today is they've come along and grazed all the nice fresh regrowth parts. Haven't really grazed a lot of the staler parts, I suppose, for want of a better word, that would have been around dung pats and stuff. The grass is perfectly fine, just a small bit stale. To counteract that and not have cows roaring when they come out in the evening time for their second grazing and a 24-hour break, we'll bring back in the strip wire. Up the top half of the houses, up Jones's field as we call it. That's what we're going to do, start tomorrow morning. We'll give them their 12-hour break. As I said in last week's video, we pulled the silage from the diet and that has resulted in a significant bounce in our solids. We almost hit 10% milk solids in a collection. I think that was on Wednesday or Thursday. Butter fat was 5.7 and our protein was 4.2. Just 0.1 away from 10% milk solids. So that's savage. We had a good sup of rain since then. A bit of a drop in dry matter in the grass and our protein did just alternate a little bit. Ellen, up screenshot where we are now. Our cell count is up and down a little bit. The cow that was out with mastitis has come back in. That has raised it a little bit. Keeping a very close eye on it on the moment now. It's low and we want to keep it low. So yeah, for now we're still on 4 kgs in meal and we're on about 6 kgs of beet or thereabouts. Been fed morning and evening into trough in the parlour now, bucketing it in. It's going really, really well and intakes are savage.
Yes, it's a little bit of work, but the beets in the yard, with the milk price the way it is, with the results we're getting from it, you'd be absolutely cracked not to do it. It's a short-term workout which our new shed is going to solve when it's finished very soon.
The hay, as I predicted, was a hit in the yard, so cows are pulling at it as they come out by it. Yeah, we'll leave that there as long as they keep eating at it. It's giving them a little bit extra fibre and driving them on. Just a quick update on our shed. We drone and Kelly Farm Services in on Wednesday evening with a laser level doing a final measure out for our cubicles and our mats, and they are ordered. We have also, I'll take a step back here now. We've also ordered the gate that's going to go here. This is just a standard swinging gate because the cows are going to come down from here. The main grazing platform is up there where the bike is. The cows are going to come down and they'll come in across the tank here, down across the slats and in over to the milk and parlour or into the shed. There'll be no feeding here along the slat tank on this side, so we just want a gate that's going to swing out, and then obviously on the far side we want the same. So both of them are ordered. We discussed our options for feed barriers, etc. Obviously the pillars that come down this way are just standard size standard size opening. It's 15.9, so that's a very standard feed barrier. Whichever choice we make, whether they're locking barriers or the diagonal or just a pipe, that's the standard and stuff that's in stock. On this side here along the face of the tank, obviously there's a bigger difference or bigger distance between these pillars. They would have to be made to order. So in the next week to 10 days, myself and Ellen are going to have to decide what type of a barrier we're going to go for. Obviously the standard pipe would just be cheap as chips and over a small feed wall, and then just a pipe rail like we have on the other sheds down below. There wouldn't be much making on that, but we'll make a decision on it. We spoke to Clive during the week, so he unfortunately is a couple of weeks behind schedule with the weather, the way it turned out afterwards. The heavy rain has delayed him, which happens. We're probably looking at a fortnight before he's going to be here. We'll confirm that tomorrow or on Monday. We'll get a date, fingers crossed, but when he's going to be here. obviously when he comes, he's going to be inside or under a roof pretty much a lot of the time, so weather shouldn't affect us too much. Again, fingers crossed. Yeah, so he's actually looking for a labourer for some of the work. He has that amount of work on, so if anyone is looking for a job, contact us in the comments below. It's working with concrete. If you're a lad that stands around or a lady that stands around with their hands on the hips watching, it's not for you. Physical, and you're going, but they have a system, like the boys putting the roof on the shed. They have a system, the way things work, and it's very, very streamlined. So if you want a job, it's Friday evening, the 5th of September, just 7:45. I'm here after giving the beefy bulls their meal allocation for the evening. We spoke to Eric's driver of Mart during the week and have a plan in place for sale of our bulls. So there's requirements that need to be met when you want to do a sale, when you're restricted with TB. Basically, any animal that is going to be sold has to be within a 30-day TB test. We have to wait until our TB test on the 15th of September. That's a Monday. We'll be reading on the Thursday. If we have any further animals down, we have to wait until them animals have left the farm before we can sell any other cattle through. It's an online sale. So basically what they do is they call to the farm, they have a look at what we're going to sell, they weigh the animals, and then it takes about a week. They apply to the department, or they contact the Department of Agriculture that we're going to sell cattle, and then it's sold online, part of their online platform after one of their normal sales. Obviously, the only people that can buy in a situation like that is feedlots, herd owners, herds that are restricted all of the time and animals just go for slaughter. Yeah, so it's good to know what we need to do. So fingers crossed we won't have any animals down in our next test, and touch wood, not thinking about it at all because you'd go mental, and that we can process that really, really quickly. If not, if we are unfortunate again that there is something down, we will get them shifted as soon as possible and then be in a position to sell some of our beefier bulls. We'll have a better idea when Eric calls out. Sorry, I just got a text message there from my mum. We will have a better idea when Eric calls out. Obviously, he's the mart manager in Tullow, and he'll have a look at the stock and he can advise us what he thinks is going to make us the most money. So, yeah. That's it for this week's video. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will talk to you on Tuesday. Drive it on.